Hey, welcome to Vacuum Save, the vlog of performance reviews. It's been a while, I have a few things to show you. Well, thanks for joining me on that little ride there, which unfortunately ended up here on this dirt road where I was helping a friend of mine do a central vacuum install with not one, not two, not three, but four hide-a-hose inlets in this big house that was being built. Basically out in the middle of nowhere, Colorado. And unfortunately, he did not warn me that it was on a dirt road. So I got about 25 miles from my house and was greeted with this dirt road. And as you can see, riding a sport bike on a dirt road is sketchy business. But, I made it in and out just fine. Thanks. Now, unfortunately, I wasn't able to film on site that day. I did take a quick snapshot when nobody was looking of one of the installs. Again, it's going to be a beautiful house. When we go back after they've framed the walls and done the drywalling and actually put the outlets in, I'm going to attempt to get permission to film then, but I'm not sure, again, if they'll let us. But just wanted to show that because it was kind of an exciting thing that happened. And central vacuum installs are always cool. I sent Henry Pet Care over to help clean up a friend's apartment with my wife. I didn't get any footage from that. Just busy doing some other things. But I just kind of want to show the results. Now, this is the same TK280 I've been using forever. I have a brand new TK286 that came with him, but I've just been using this one. And I just want to show just kind of how Fuchi that got. Again, this is somebody who didn't have a real vacuum. Another person who only had a stick vacuum. Go figure. But really, not too much inside. I love the charcoal infused on this. Part of the reason I sent it over. Really, hardly anything inside the bag. So we're actually just going to put that bag right back in. But I just want to show what that looked like. And now this is going to be the beginning of, I guess, the full review for this machine because now it's been really actually used more than that unboxing and just, some friends in the basement. So we're going to go ahead and real quickly cut some of that hair off. One thing I've noticed is that these real thin brush rollers, they build up hair a lot faster than the thicker ones. So if you want a hair-resistant brush roller, the thicker the better. And there's the stuff that was caught around the roller. I also had somebody come in who was going to order a Henry from me, and friend of the wives, and it was just for their office, and the Henry would have been perfect. So they came, they loved it, and sent a video of it to the boss, and the boss said no, it was too expensive. I just want to put in the little conversation me and my wife had afterwards.
Yeah, I don't think $350 is a lot for a vacuum. I mean, a lot of people just don't.
I mean, if her boss is a cheap ass, her boss is a cheap ass. That's just how it goes sometimes. You get people who want to spend $100, and like I said, these are not the people who we're going to market to. So first off, I want to say on the vlog, I bought this vacuum with the intention of getting rid of it. Either selling it to another collector or returning it or whatever. And I just couldn't do it because I really like this. I really like the XL21, and a cordless XL21 is wonderful. So a question came up on Reddit, and somebody said their vacuum bags really stink pretty bad after 3 or 4 uses. And with Oric bags, I find that really weird because they're carbon infused, but not all of them. So when I realized, I've been using the old school carbon Oric bags because we picked some up at a thrift store and, they're new in package and it was cheap because, why pay full price for anything? But my question is, for anybody using the newer generation of Oric bags or the Hoover version, do they have the same amount of charcoal and odor fighting as the older bags in your opinion? So please comment below. I want to hear from the vacuum community on this because I feel like these have more carbon in them just based on the smell compared to the new purple style bags. I could be wrong. I could be right. Let's find out. Comment below. I'm curious what you all think. Meanwhile, I'm going to continue vacuuming with this. Meanwhile, we did some dry carpet cleaning around my house, so there'll be a video coming up on that soon, which I think will be very interesting. Now, I worked the dry carpet cleaning in a Lindhouse nozzle, which I'll show you here.
I wanted to talk about what I was using to work the carpet powder in one of my up-and-coming videos. So I'm using a Lindhouse nozzle. I haven't finished repairing the Lindhouse, but Lindhouse nozzles are meant to work in dry carpet powder. It's one of the features of them. So rather than just waiting forever for those Lindhouse parts to come in and fix that canister, what I did was just grab just your standard plug, a 2-prong plug and an extension cord. This doesn't actually consume very much electricity, and I've been using this to work it in. Now the downside to using a power head, really any of the machines do this, is, they just hold a shit ton of this stuff in the carpet. In the head, so you can see it's all over it, and then you can see in here there's just stuff caked in there. This is just, bleh. Probably enough here to do my little area. That's just a lot of it. Yeah, it's still moist. So that's going to clean that area. So I guess I'm going to work it in and vacuum it up. And of course, this telescopes up to a nice height.
Other than me mouth breathing, you can hear the stuff just coming up out of the carpet. It just has this consistent sand sound moving through the hose. It picked up on my lavalier mic here. Now, of course, when I was done with all that, I wanted to see where the 3 out of the 4 pounds of carpet powder I put down went. So, of course, we had to go look in the central vacuum.
I always think it's hysterical the amount of vacuums I have to move in order to get to my central vacuum every time. Well, let's see where all that powder went. And you can see where that 3 pounds of powder went. And you can see it's kind of like encapsulated itself within the pet hair mostly. Some of it's on the side, but most of it's down there. If I do this, you can see the powder kind of coming up in that. That's not normal. Usually the embedded dirt just falls right down. Well, that certainly brings us back about 20 years. This is a Hoover wind tunnel canister, and there are a few other names they put on this, but this is the last one with the clear plastic lid. These were available in a couple different colors as well, but the blue is the more common one. There was an orange one and a green one that were clear to my knowledge as far as available colors, and I think it just depended on your retailer. Now, I have retrofitted this with HEPA bags and washed this and done a spa treatment. And if you want to see that, go check out our Patreon page where I have a lot of things on there. You get a lot of exclusive videos, or a lot of first looks, sometimes months before I release video. It just kind of really depends on the schedule. But there's some good stuff there. So we're going to just run this real quick as a preview for y'all. No studio mic or anything. You're just going to hear it through the lavalier mic. So let's pick up some Fruity Pebbles. Wow. That's pretty smooth. That's much better than I remember these being. There's the dog. Can't wait to do the full retrospective on this.
Well, before we go, I just want to mention not only is it Labor Day, but it is the start of the Jewish New Year. So I just wanted to point that out to everybody. Celebrate, eat lots of challah tonight, and have a good time. Thanks for watching.
In the meantime, don't run out of vacuum bags.
Running out of vacuum bags is bad. Have a great day.